Completed in 1832, Fort Jackson was built by the War Department upon the advice of its namesake, General Andrew Jackson, who saw the need for a fort to be built on the western side of the Mississippi River and adjacent to Fort St. Philip, which lay roughly halfway between New Orleans and the Gulf of Mexico. Fort Jackson saw no combat until April 18, 1862, when during the Civil War, Commander David Farragut sailed his fleet up the Mississippi River from the Gulf of Mexico. Since a huge chain has been stretched across the Mississippi to prevent their passage, the Union fleet laid siege for Fort Jackson and St. Philip for the next 7 days, while unleashing a non-stop aerial bombardment of more than 9,000 mortar shells against General Duncan's 1,000 Confederate defenders. Short on sleep, gunpowder, and nerves, the remaining Confederates could muster but token resistance on April 24th, when the Union fleet broke through the chain and steamed past the forts. After the Union fleet's 7-day bombardment and subsequent attack on April 24th, Confederate casualties numbered 782 in dead and wounded. On April 28th, when Ben Butler's Union infantry surrounded the fort by land and demanded its surrender, General Duncan refused, which caused Fort Jackson's remaining defenders to stage a mutiny against General Duncan and his fellow officers, and thereby ending the Battle of Fort Jackson.
Here at Fort Jackson, numerous sightings of the spirits of Confederate soldiers have occurred who have been seen walking the parapets or searching the grounds, no doubt keeping a lookout for a Yankee, gunboats, or wandering the grounds for their beloved comrades. Fort Jackson, echoes of the past. And Paranormal Society of Ponchatoula is here tonight to investigate and to document any paranormal activity.
This is the basic area that we have coverage, high and low, so ground level and as well up at the top.
Guys, we have the camera down.
Camera down?
Camera down, 6.
I just heard somebody talking. Did you see that?
Does it sound like a conversation?
Yes. Holy shit. It was white and it come past him, but I thought it was him. I thought he was moving. Is that what you saw?
Something like that. Is there any way you can come interact with us?
The pod's going off. It's constantly going off. I don't. Look, it just quit.
Where's General Duncan?
Yeah, I'm getting cold chills right now.
What the hell was that?
What?
Talk to me.
Oh.
Alright, we're about to go through the Bell Chase Tunnel.
Look at that car.
Oh, the old rat rod. Very cool.
So we should be getting really close.
Well, I mean, I see what looks like battlements or some sort of brickwork up there.
Where?
Up there, see it up to the left?
Oh, yeah.
You excited, Kenny?
Man, I'm pumped. This is awesome.
18 hours.
There it is.
Fort Jackson. Kenny's so excited. All right. Are we driving through that?
guys gonna stay?
Till sunrise.
Oh, it's your
Yeah,
Indian. The warden, my dad actually was chief of staff to Governor Treen, got him his job, so he invited me to Angola Rodeo. And I went and sat in the box with him. He was telling me about the mansion in St. Francisville, is it? That is one of the most haunted mansions.
Oh, it's St. Francis. Oh, the Myrtles.
Myrtles.
We've been fortunate enough to have been there a few times. So what we do is we go pick the jewels out, the places that we know have the history. And then if you think, I don't know, do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Yeah. And like something like this, where you have the deaths and all the things that have happened, and so that kind of stuff lends us to believe that first of all we love the history, and we love the towns and the people. And this is opportunities like this to kind of get our passion together. So like Vicksburg has been a place that I've been to a couple of times, and we've gone, and we just happened to cross this mansion that was for sale, the Duff Green Mansion. We dug a little deeper into it, and this is all within the span of one day. We found out it was a Civil War hospital. There was, the history, and then we somehow pulled off authorization to get keys and investigate the place. It was true. It was a blessing. So we want to find the places that nobody knows about, like this.
Did he tell you about the fort across the river?
I know a little bit about it, and I know once I leave a really, really good impression with you guys on this investigation,
You can absolutely come back.
we're going to come back. Yeah.
And
maybe
we'll
camp over there.
I'll give you the boats, and the drivers will take you over there. So I'll be glad to help you anyway. I mean, because it's a great thing y'all do. I duck hunted over there years ago, and we went back to this houseboat, and this old guy that was on a houseboat that was one of the guides for hunting, he says, they'd be out hunting early in the morning, and they'd see images run across the fort. And I didn't know if he was pulling my leg or not, but this guy was dead serious. And I remembered that. I was way before I was parish president. Stories have been told that when you're duck hunting, the sun's coming up and you're looking for your first ducks. They've seen people walk across that fort back from the day. And I never knew if he was pulling our leg or not, but he was pretty serious about it.
We hear stories. We talk to the people, and we hear stories a lot like that.
And
I'm inclined to believe it was.
And also, Judge Perez, and he knows a lot of this history, the stories of him putting slaves, believing in slaves or not, but he'd put people over there that broke the law and kept them over there. All kinds of
like our own little
stories.
Australia, right?
Yeah.
So if we were to go, we were to be dropped off, we were to claim to be isolated, we really would be isolated.
Yeah. Well, what we do is we give you a radio, and we keep one of the port boats or airboats here for you in case something happened. Yeah. But this is pretty neat. How long y'all been doing this?
27 years for me. My first investigation I did, I was about 12, and it was Loyola, the Loyola Library I did.
Really?
Had a Polaroid camera, a compass, and baby powder. Baby powder to put on the floor and see if we can catch footprints.
That's pretty neat. That's great.
Yeah, that's stuff that you don't see used in this anymore, and I kind of want to get back to some of the basics. Like I want to go buy a Polaroid camera and shoot and look at the pictures as they develop right on the spot.
See if there's anything, yeah.
Well, you never know.
We have used baby powder once.
We did use it once.
We've used it
I brought
once.
it. I have it.
Yeah,
sure.
we used it once.
That's great.
But it's fun, and like I said, it's we love Louisiana. We love the people. We love the history, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's part of the tapestry that we have. You can't have sweet without the sour.
No, but you're right. There's so much history here, and this is great.
And the weather. I mean, we won the lottery.
Couldn't
We won the lottery.
couldn't ask for anything better.
Well, I can't thank you enough.
No, anytime.
So,
Just watching those bricks. Make sure none of those ghosts knock those bricks off on your head.
well, if they do, you have it on camera here. I'll take responsibility for any injuries.
It really got beat up bad this last storm. Boy, and it was just so.
For comic relief.
scared up a little bit every now and then.
I'm gonna tell you, I'd be scared just sleeping down here at night. I'm a big chicken. If something moved, I'd be out of here.
It's one of those funny things, and I've said it before in some of the other episodes. It's the most unusual sensation to do what we do and run towards what's scaring the crap out of you. It's almost, I guess, like a fireman or a policeman.
You're right.
Not saying we're tough like that, but it's unnatural to run towards something that's freaking you out.
Well, it's a shame. We just got all these lights installed and they went underwater again. This last storm.
Oh, this would have been dream to have these outlets.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more than enough power at this place.
It's incredible. When they came in here to do the assessment, we hired a fort expert, and FEMA couldn't find one. So they kind of, kicked back on everything, but they tried to and put everything into where it was not kind of fit into the environment. And it took them forever to decide what kind of lights to put to light it, and then lose it 2 years later in a storm. But yeah, it took a beating this last storm, because all of this was sealed and fixed, and I think they had 8 feet of water in here, 10 feet of water.
I said 17 out there.
17.
Wow.
That means the entire thing would have just been a lake.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that it comes, so hopefully it didn't drown any of the ghosts.
I'm thinking this is like where the
So
cannon,
you spending the night with it?
they shot the cannons out.
I would think too, because it's got a roll or something, but I don't know how it could roll with.
Right, that's
They
the,
said they had a track right here.
Oh,
It was raised up and it rolled them.
right,
they took the track off.
Okay.
See, that's why they got the angles, because they can shoot from this angle.
Well, I gotta go up to
And they can shoot from this angle.
They got one of the
Very nice
cameras out
meeting
there.
you. Anytime I can help you in the parish. Guys, girls, good meeting y'all.
it's nice to meet you too. Thank
Good
you for
luck to
coming
you.
out.
Nice meeting you.
Very good.
Thank you for coming out.
Anytime I can help y'all, let me know.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Very glad to do it. Good seeing you.
You too. There we go. We always go on and on about kind of the receptions we receive and how nice people are to us and how responsive they are to letting us come onto their priceless properties and museums and things like that. And I think this is going to prove to be the one that it's the best. I don't know, it just keeps happening for us.
Just got the word.
Well, I was going to say, just to maintain this place is a full-time job for a couple of people. Start over again.
I would have been here earlier at 90. I got in some bad traffic. They were loading on a cruise ship and everybody was parking and I got.
Yeah, we got some of that. We got some of that.
Yeah.
Sometimes they would keep their powder in a real secure.
Kind of tight. I'm
Claustrophobic?
well, no. Did a couple of echoes in here. This big is probably the DVD session.
No access.
Oh, it's real
The
quiet.
access is gonna be through the tunnel. Oh, they probably closed off the access.
Yeah, there's got to be a way to get in.
Oh, yeah.
Down through the tunnel. This is gonna be creepy. This is the first place I felt creeped out at.
The echo's gonna be terrible.
I feel really creeped out in here right now. Maybe if you talk like this, it's not so bad.
Right.
So think about it. Wow, this is the I'm telling you. Oh my God.
I'm rolling up.
Units supposed to be 8% water. Was it a bat? No.
Is it? No, it's butterfly.
I need some light.
Oh, I see what you mean. It turns.
Yeah.
Well, I got infrared on this one. So, what do you see? What do you see? Anything?
It's pretty freaky.
Yeah, jeez.
This reminds
Oh,
me of-
frogs.
You see anything else like snakes first? Are you looking before you go in?
Yeah.
I can't see in front of me. I can only see what the camera sees.
Oh, man.
Oh, it smells.
Talk about isolation session.
Well, but the
Come here, you're in IR right now?
yeah, but the problem is the audio
It's okay, we just whisper.
will be terrible. Now, did he say we are or not loud?
We are.
I think he said we're not. Hold on a
I
minute.
don't think so.
Oh,
What is that, centipede? Great.
centipede.
Look at that sucker.
I'm scared to go in.
Just waiting to get in here.
Where they.
Look at this, that's a poisonous little fella.
Where?
Look right here, it's
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
stinger.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. What do you mean poisonous?
Well, just
So this is just where they hung out to keep from getting blown up. This is not where they had gun emplacements.
well, they couldn't have. Well, what's this?
I'd hate to be trapped in here. Like if
Oh, I mean,
You starting to feel claustrophobic, Kenny?
no, if it collapsed or something.
Well, jeez, look how thick this sucker is.
All right, let's get the hell out of here.
What's the matter, Kenny?
Wow.
That's what we do, man.
It was stuffy a little bit in there.
So get the walls closing in on you a little bit?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean there isn't. I've got people. I don't know, and they've got people that are actually researching this now for me. The Pipe Foundation. These guys are doing some research, trying to figure out where these actual gun placements were. Mr. Joe Yarbrough, which is with the Fort Pike Foundation, he's connected to a lot of cannon experts, and those guys came down here, looked at it, and now they're doing their research for me.
He could have just landed over here.
And it's possible. I mean, depending on how close this one was, because I guarantee there was a gun placement there and there. That's found too, and we don't know if there's anything around it. The grass cutters kept cutting around it, thinking it was a culvert, because Isaac took away, you know, it had gurgling. So Isaac really took the soil away and kind of put it and filled the void. Because if there's another piece underneath there like this, it would just have something to fill. So we want the experts to come out here and look at this and tell us what they have. So, fragments.
Awesome.
In the center of this area, there was a pentagon-shaped wooden structure called the Citadel. And in the Citadel was the officers' quarters, the officers' offices. So the first thing that was targeted is the Citadel by the oncoming.
Because you want to knock
force.
out the rank.
Right, you want to knock that out as well as make it very inconvenient for them, because then at that time they would have to move into the casemates with the enlisted and or gunneries. So you ended up having a large wooden structure here that wasn't made of brick, to my recollection. On a hot day, which is not summertime now, if you climb up on top of the wall, you would actually see the foundation bricks. It burns the top of the grass and the roots of the grass, so you see the actual shape of the Citadel from the heat.
Wow.
Right, so it's pretty unique, and we pointed that out a few times, but there's actually some drawings, and possibly in that book that I gave you, talking about the Citadel and the shape of it. So this, which I mentioned before, is not accessible. That's on the other side of the Spanish American Plaza, where the rear exit is. This is the connected casemates, which is, this is one set, this is the first set, and you come back out and come into these.
And we're here.
And we're in here. These are all individuals, so they're not connected in any way to any other ones. And the reason this is like this is because this is where your main force of guns would have been because of the river. And you have your water battery out here. When you set up, like I said, this is your hot spot, and the second one here is your hot spot. Here, I've never had any reports of anything. On the water battery, I've never had any reports, but like I said before, common sense would tell you that's where a lot of action would have been taking place. So there's your layout, and we can.
And where did you say there were some spots though that
Yeah.
were harder than the one that we're in right now?
Right, and like I said, it's two different stories.
So we set up base at a hotspot? That's not good.
No, it's actually wonderful.
No, because we can't record. We're not going to get any evidence here. This is supposed to be.
Turn your camera every once in a while.
We can do something.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal, but like I said, you know, this spot would have been probably in, I believe it's in 81 or 82, 1982 is when that would have been reported by the two gentlemen.
What was reported?
That there was actually a cannon sighted in the second casement against there.
Like a phantom cannon.
A phantom cannon and a young man that would have been in kind of raggedy clothes that was actually handling the cannon. And then when the cannon fired, there was no noise. The two gentlemen that was watching this was actually close to here. That they were actually watching, they saw the cannon fire, they saw the movement of the cannon, they saw the plumes of smoke, but they did not see, did not hear the cannon go off.
Wow.
And then that an officer, or someone dressed as an officer, walked from there to the young man, put his hand on his shoulder like that, and it all just disappeared. And that was, I think it was like 1982, and the gentleman that told that to me was Mr. Luke Petrovich, which was later on our first parish president, but he was also on the council, as well as Judge Leon, Eugene Leon. But unfortunately, both of those gentlemen are deceased now, so I have no way of talking to them, which is terrible. But that's more history in this fort, and I'm sure there's a lot of incidents in this fort that I'm not aware of.
Melissa is setting up, she's setting up one of the DVR cameras, which is going to be aiming
Look at the house. I
that
can see
way.
this room, this room, this room, this room. Look at this.
Kenny was filming Melissa set up the ghost cams, and the camera caught what sounded like cannon fire. I'm going to repeat it for you. Listen closely.
This room, this room, this room, this room, over this.
He had said that they had some activity in here.
Yeah, I know, I was wondering if maybe we should do it.
Can you do me a favor? Can you put that camera all the way back this way?
Back here?
Yeah, all the way against this wall. That's camera 2, huh?
This is camera 2. What do you want me to work on?
That's right. Hey, this pod's going off. The pod's going off.
I normally can, do it.
It's constantly going off. I don't, look, it just quit.
Is there anyone here with us?
It's early in the day, we're fixing to go eat supper and come back. But that's, I mean, it shouldn't, there's no reason to go off over here.
I think it's...
A strange image was captured on one of the ghost cams. The team tries to debunk it.
That's not the limb right there? Correct, that is not the camera in question. That's the only one I thought y'all signed toward the limb.
That's not the right one. It's the other one.
Okay, so anyway, in camera 5, we're trying to figure out exactly where it is because it's really dark in the camera, so we can no longer see
I don't think it's picking up
exactly
yet.
where it is.
There's only 3 up there.
But right here in the far right corner here of the screen, there's something and it's kind of glowing. We're trying to debunk if it's a tree limb or if it could be possibly something other than that, but I guess we'll see.
Oh, there he is.
There you are. Oh, yep.
It's a tree limb.
It's a tree limb.
You want him to make an adjustment?
Huh?
You want him to make an adjustment?
No, now that we know that it's a limb, I mean...
Well, then tell him disregard.
All right, tell him thank you.
Yeah, his limbs are pretty good in the wind.
Yeah, we see that. Okay, thank you.
I guess first session, let's just kind of work our way down here. Just back and forth, go to the end, try and stay within DVR. Everybody can sit down, kind of get a feel for the place, kind of get settled in. And we'll watch, and you want to go 2 and 1 or 1 and 1?
I think we need to do what we usually do.
2 and 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
The investigation starts.
All right, guys, you know, there was a lot of build-up for this one, and I think I said that it was potentially the best or the biggest investigation we've ever done. And I tell you what, when we first got here, a couple of things struck me, and I don't know why I'm still surprised by it, and I still am, but the hospitality and the warmth and the kindness, the reception from James and from Billy, I mean, I don't know, we felt at home right away. And we're immediately invited to come back out anytime. Some of the concerns that I have here at Fort Jackson, and some of the things that people have heard me say before why we don't like to do outdoor investigations, and this is kind of an indoor-outdoor, is that we have a lot of noise contamination. I mean, we're not very far from the river. We've got some wide open kind of field spaces. We've got little battlements and windows and things like that are kind of causing a vacuum effect. So audio contamination is a real concern here, but what do you do? Do you not take the opportunity to do an investigation at a place with so much history that's honestly been explored by so few people, you know, that do what we do? So we're going to go at it. We've set up base camp, and we've got a guest investigator, one of the guys that helped facilitate getting us here. Bobby, if you just want to smile and say, you can use my image on camera.
Yeah, you can use me on camera.
All right. So
anyway, we got Melissa here.
Hi.
And we have Mr. Russ. And we also have Mr. James.
this is where we are now. This is the basic area that we have coverage, high and low, so ground level and as well up at the top with our IR. So if we do come back, we're going to need a lot more cable.
Yeah.
And power.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start working our way through.
All right.
Yep.
It's hard to see anything, even with all these IRs.
Well, I'm just going to let my flashlight run so you guys can...
I can see though. I can see to that back wall.
Okay.
What?
Listen closely. It sounds like they may have picked up on a voice. I'm going to enhance it and repeat it.
I just heard somebody talking. Is it you? Are you talking?
No.
I heard it in the audio here.
Oh, you guys aren't talking right now, right?
Negative.
I mean, it's so dark, I'm waiting for something to peek around the corner.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Here we go. Watch your step, gentlemen.
Whoa, crap.
Okay.
Watch your step.
What's that? What's that?
You heard?
Wait a minute. I thought you were standing directly behind me.
What is?
I thought you were standing right behind me, right here.
I was standing there waiting on him to come trip.
Stay tuned for episode 2 for Parish, Louisiana's Fort Jackson Paranormal Investigation.